Okay, so now that we have completed our bell work for the day, let's go ahead and move on to today's lesson. So today I'm going to teach you how to complete the homework that you guys will be getting every week for the rest of the school year. So you're going to get the same piece of homework every weekend, okay? And it's about a current event. A lot of times, ladies and gentlemen, we can get really caught up in the small bubble that we live in, and we stop paying attention to the bigger concerns that are going on in the world around us. And since this is a law and public safety class, I really want you guys to kind of be aware of the crime that is happening not only, in Tucson or Arizona in the United States, but just kind of in the world in general. And so what you guys are going to be doing every week is that you guys are going to be reading a news article that is related to crime. Okay, I don't want to hear about a news article that has to do with sports or the weather or the Kardashians. I don't care. I don't care about any of that. This is law and public safety. And I want you guys to read an article that revolves around crime. Okay, I highly recommend going to www.msn.com, okay, and then clicking on the link on the top that says news, and then there will be along the top, there will be one that is called crime, okay? And then when you click on crime and msn.com, it will give you all the different crime news articles that are going on around the US. And I highly, that's the one that I use for Bellworks every day. I really suggest you guys use that one, but you can use CNN.com. You can use any local TV or local, online news papers. It's up to you. But you have to read a news article that is related to crime, and it has to have happened within the last week, okay, because it's current event, okay? It has to be current. Now, once you go ahead and once you read this this article, okay, you're going to go ahead and you are going to answer 10 simple questions on a document that I give you in Teams. And there are going to be certain things in this document that you need to go ahead and fill out. So essentially, the first thing that you need to put on this paper is you need to go ahead and fill out your name, date, and period. Okay? And then the first, thing that you need to fill out on this paper, it's going to be called source. In source, you need to tell me where you found this article. Did you find it in a newspaper? Or did you find it online? I'm going to assume that most of you are going to find your stuff online. And so with that, you're under source, you're going to go ahead and write just online. If you got it from an actual newspaper, you're going to go ahead and write newspaper. Then right under that, there's going to be something called article title, okay? This is where you're going to put the title of the article, okay? And you always find the title of the article at the very top. It's typically in big, bold letters, okay? And so you're going to just write that in. Underneath that, you're going to go ahead and write article date. This is where you're going to go ahead and say, when the article was published in the newspaper. Not when it happened, but when it was published in the newspaper. You're going to find this on, typically it's underneath the title, the article title, and it will say something like maybe September 1st, 2020. Or it will say last Thursday, okay? Or it will say, 1:02 p.m. So if it says 1:02 p.m., you know that the date came from today, which is 9/8, and so you're going to put 9/8/20 in article date. Remember, that is the time the article was published, not when the story actually happened. Then you're going to go ahead and have to circle whether it's local news, state news, national news, or international news. Local news would be something that you would find in that's happening in Tucson. Okay. State news would be something that would be happening maybe all throughout the state of Arizona or in Phoenix. If it's national news, that means that it's happening within the United States. And if it's international news, it means that it's happening outside of the United States in other countries. Okay, so you're going to want to circle one of those. The next thing here that you guys are going to answer is who was involved in your article. You want to identify all the people that were named, all the groups that were named, any different organizations that were named in the article. Okay, if there are only 2, you're only going to write 2. If there were 17, you're going to write all 17. Okay. The next thing you want to answer about the article is, where did this event happen? So you're going to have to go ahead and read in the article where this happened. Did this happen at Grant and Kolb? Or did it say that it happened in southern Utah? Or did it say that it happened in a Walmart? Okay, that is all different places where the event took place. And so you're going to write those down. You also want to write down when this event happened. So this is when the actual story happened, okay? So if it said that last Tuesday, 2 people were killed, last Tuesday is when this event happened. And so you're going to write last Tuesday. Maybe it's going to say in the middle of August. Well, guess what? The middle of August is when it happened. Okay, it can be a date, it can be a month, it can be a time frame, such as between last Tuesday and last Sunday. That is a time frame. Or it can say a specific year. Okay, so it can say the FBI looked at crime statistics in 2019. Well, guess what? When did this happen? 2019. Okay. The next thing that you're going to want to explain is you're going to tell me what happened in the news article that you read, okay? And so you're literally just going to give me a summarization on what the article was about, okay? You want to go ahead and make sure that you do this in complete sentences. The next thing you talk about is, well, why is this even relevant? Which means, why did the author write the article? Why is the newspaper publishing this article? Why do people want to read this article? Okay, is it because the BLM is really big right now, and so they're reporting on BLM news? Or is it because yesterday was President's Day, and now we have an article on presidents? Tell me why this article was written when it was. Why do people want to read about it? Okay. The last 3 kind of things that you guys are going to write about are literally going to be opinions. Okay. So these should be very, very easy for you to write about. The first one is your reaction. You're going to describe your feelings or attitude that you had toward the article and the event in the article or the people involved in the article. You might have read about an article where a 6-year-old boy was killed by their next door neighbor because they were playing too loud in the front yard. Well, after reading an article like that, I can tell you that my feelings would probably be pretty upset with the neighbor. I get it. Little kids screaming and yelling can be pretty annoying when you're trying to do stuff in your house, but that's not enough to kill a kid over. And so I would be, my feelings there would be, I would be upset and disgusted that is how someone feels that they can solve that problem. I would be sad for the family who just lost their 6-year-old kid. I would be disturbed that, is this what our world has come down to? That we're going to solve everything through violence? We can't talk about things anymore? Okay, those are my feelings that I have toward what happened in the article. The next one here is an opinion. You're going to start out with I think. And so you're just going to tell me what you think about this article. I think this article was really, really sad about today's society. Someone should not be shooting a little 6-year-old kid because they're being loud in their front yard. We should be solving our problems other ways. I've just told you my opinion on the article. And then the last one you're going to talk about is called connection. Okay, I want you to explain to me why you chose that article. Okay, and please don't just write, well, I had to choose one because I wanted to get a grade on this assignment. Okay, something about this article caught your attention. Was it the picture? Was it the name of the article? Was it, like what caught your attention that made you read that article? And tell me why you chose that article. Okay. Maybe, I chose this article because I was astounded that this happened and I wanted to read everything about it to figure out why this 6-year-old lost their life. Okay? Because sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, titles of articles can be deceiving. So they think, they say something and you're like, whoa, I've got to read this. And then you read it and you're like, that's not what I thought this article was going to be about at all. Something totally different. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I've described to you what you need to go ahead and do for your current event every week. And so now I want you to, you're going to go out and practice it. So what's going to happen is I am going to make another video with instructions about the assignment. If you have any questions about the assignment or about this lecture, about how to do a current event or where to find a news article, you can go ahead and ask me in the Zoom meeting that we are in currently, either through chat or through voice. Or you can go ahead and if we are not in class right now, you can go ahead and send me an email and I will get back to you.